Welcome back to Phoenix Rising, where we transform our consciousness from a lower state to a higher state, and we express and we share the truth unfiltered. Because no matter how much you try and disguise and cover up and create an illusion covering the truth, it's always going to bust through. And if you keep trying to layer it with the lies and the fakeness, it's going to come back, it's going to hit you in the mouth even harder. And now, I know, y'all are asking me, Dan, why in the hell did you move from Texas to California when it seems to be that everyone's moving from California to Texas or to Florida or to Georgia or just out of Texas or out of California? Why did you do this? Well, you got to understand this first, that people are just going to say things just to say it. Okay, I can't even explain it. I can't explain how people think. They just gonna say things just to say it. How do you just listen to this? How do you expect people who continuously eat fast food and drink things filled with chemicals and toxic stuff and don't get sleep, don't take care of their temple, don't get enough sunlight, don't ground themselves, are constantly surrounded by EMF waves, constantly sleeping around with multiple people, exchanging energy with them and dampening their aura and their light and giving off negative energies? Do you really think these people can intuitively direct you and give you good advice on what you should do when they're not even taking care of themselves? That kind of contradicts itself, doesn't it? You think they can tell me, oh, Dan, you shouldn't go to California. It's more expensive. There's homeless people everywhere. There's more COVID restrictions. There's more mask mandates. There's homeless people all over the place. It's trashy. It's too fast-paced. You're not used to that environment. What are you talking about? Because we in Texas, supposedly the Mecca or the utopia of the United States right now, because the governors are letting everything loose. And you can't even survive here? You can't even get your energy right and stuff here? And you're trying to tell me what I should do? You out your mind. Let me turn up on y'all right quick, because people are tripping. There's too many misconceptions of people who are trying to go out of their way and tell people that someone can't do something when they can't even, just because they haven't done it themselves. I've been out in California for 2 weeks, and it is already 100% better than Texas was. Now, I'm not gonna dog on Texas, because Texas was a beautiful state. I grew up there, I lived there for 20 years, my whole life. You know, there's a lot of peace and tranquility. There's a lot of open fields and pastures. There's a lot of animals and wildlife. The sun's hot, it's big. You can detox in Texas from sweating alone, because it's like 130 degrees every day. The weather's crazy, but it's beautiful. You see a good spring, you have a good winter, some snow, and then you have a good fall. The seasons are really beautiful in Texas. But you gotta understand though, there's a birth and there's a death, okay? Births are beautiful. Springtime, the bees are popping, the flowers are blossoming, the colors are popping, the contrast is nice, the texture is beautiful. Everything is nice during the springtime. And then you get to the fall, and everything starts dying down. Everything starts losing its energy, conserving its energy. It starts preparing for change. It starts preparing for transformation, okay? And we as humans, we do the same thing. It's not, you can't cry because the trees are losing its color and the leaves are falling down. Now they're just branches and stems. You have to understand that it's gonna be reborn. It's gonna come back strong. It's gonna come back more beautiful with more leaves, and it's gonna bear more fruit in a short amount of time, okay? Same thing with us humans. Same thing with everything else in nature. We're all connected, and there's a birth and there's a death to everything. Think of the phoenix, the name of this channel, Phoenix Rising. The phoenix lives out its life, and when it's ready, it chooses to engulf itself into flames, and then it dies in its own ashes. And then from those same ashes, it's born, renewed, and stronger with more wisdom than it had before. Think of the butterfly. First, it's not even a butterfly. You wouldn't have even guessed that a butterfly came from a caterpillar unless you understood that process of death and rebirth. Because first you have a caterpillar, and it's just worming around. It's big, it's lumpy, it looks like a worm, and it's just eating all the time. It doesn't seem very significant at all. But then, after it's done its duty and it's helped pollinate and restructure some of the plant life, it goes into its cocoon. And after a short period of time, after it's rebalanced itself, and cultivated and built up its energies, it transformed into a whole different appearing life form that looks like an alien, a beautiful butterfly, okay? And so you have to understand that we have to do these same things, okay? If you want to transform, if you want to change your situation, if you want to take your life to another level, you have to transform. You have to get rid of the old habits that you have, the old energies that you surrounded yourself with, the old people, the old things that if what you want to achieve doesn't resonate with how you're living your life right now and how your energy is, then you're gonna have to get rid of those things and switch them up and replace them with something else that's more productive. If you've always been down on yourself and lacked confidence, you're gonna have to stop thinking down on yourself, and you're gonna have to stop eating in those ways and doing the things that's messing up your confidence. If you think you're overweight, well, how can you fix that? Because no one is just born to just be overweight all their life. You have to really work hard and ask yourself, am I eating correctly? Am I exercising enough? I may not have the money, it may not be as convenient for me, I'm busy at work, I have kids, it's stressful, but how can I transform myself one step at a time? Yeah, I can't just go plant-based vegan and cut out all the dairy and all the cheese and grits and elephant trunks and all the other random food that people be eating. Like, you can't just stop that cold turkey. Okay, that's cool. You don't have to. Just slowly but surely, one by one. But if you want to make a crazy change, like I did from moving from Texas to California, I drove 20 hours in an old, beat-up 30-year-old conversion van. And we made it out here, me and a teammate. We made it out here because we knew that we needed to transform. Because Texas, despite the beauty and the calmness and the serenity and the endlessness of the grasslands and the pastures that it has, there's a lot of people there that are no better or no worse than people anywhere else, okay? And actually, in fact, in Texas, there's a lot of stagnation. There's a lot of people that are comfortable, especially in the location in Texas where we were up towards the Oklahoma border. There's a lot of people that are just there to just be retired and just kind of chill and nothing's going on. I'm young, I'm 20 years old. I'm trying to travel and explore the world. I'm trying to see things. I'm trying to make a difference, make an impact. Don't everyone at my age want to do some crazy stuff like that? We all do. And I will. We will. You have to. You have to be strong to do these things. You have to be willing to make the change and to change up your environment and to get out of those situations that you used to be in. And that's what I did. And California is not like anything they told me. I don't be seeing homeless people everywhere. They're not dirty. They're not all up in your business. They're actually very respectful. If I do come across them, which I don't really often at all. And the COVID restrictions, the mask mandates, I don't have that issue either. Really, honestly, even in Texas, COVID didn't exist to me. It really don't. I ain't been sick. I ain't been tested. I haven't tested positive. Definitely ain't got no vaccine. And I haven't been affected. It seems like everyone's getting sick but me. Everyone's being affected but me. When I don't have the pseudo armor known as the Pfizer vaccine that protects my immunity, I'm beating up the world's deadliest virus just naturally. That's crazy, huh? That I don't need no shot, I don't need 2 masks on and gloves on and to stay distance from everyone to be safe. That's crazy, huh? That I naturally do that. That I'm vegan and I do that. That I'm lacking B12, lacking protein, lacking essential nutrients, and that I'm doing that. Isn't that crazy? Or is it that I'm actually thinking for myself intuitively and going based off of my own energy and what I feel, rather than what other people are trying to indoctrinate me with and program me with? Don't listen to other people. You experience it for yourself, okay? California ain't that bad. The weather here is so cool. It's so nice. There ain't near as many mosquitoes, almost no mosquitoes out here. Texas had 50 gazillion mosquitoes, no cap. And it's not like that out here. I'm 10 minutes from the beach. I can go to the beach every day. I can go surf right now in 10 minutes if I wanted to. I'm actually going to the beach after I make this video, but I had to get it out here real quick. My first video in Cali, okay? And that's why I moved from Texas to California, because Texas is very stagnant. It's a lot of just chilling. We chilling in the biggest state. There's a lot of vastness, emptiness. There's not a lot of going on. And I'm trying to build a business. I'm trying to be an influence for people. and get my name out there. And why not come to the capital, the entertainment capital of the U.S., all right, where I can get my name out there, where it's very easy for people to get successful and to network and find opportunity and find connections. Yes, the gas is expensive, but not everything else is expensive. I'm still a vegan, and being vegan and being healthy is supposedly expensive. That's an excuse people use, is it's expensive. So I'm spending more money in a more expensive state, and I'm not getting as much nutrients because my diet is poor. But I'm thriving, but I'm not getting sick like everyone else. I'm not as anxious, I'm not as depressed, I'm not as angry, I'm more high vibe. So that doesn't make any sense, right? If I put a candle up under my chin, it's gonna burn me, right? Or am I tripping? If these things are true, if that's true, it should happen, right? If I'm not wearing my mask, if I'm not getting the 45th booster shot, I should be getting sick, shouldn't I? I should be dying from the world's deadliest pandemic, where people just outside bleeding out their eyeballs and out their nose, right? I should be getting sick, right? I should be affected. I should be struggling out here in California, right? I should be wanting to go back to Texas, right? No, because you can't listen to other people like that. Texas is not California, and California is not Texas. It's beautiful out here, and you have to stop listening to what other people think and what other people say, and what they tell you can and can't do, because it's not true, not even close. All right, their energy ain't right. Whenever somebody tries to tell you something, think about how their energy is. Do they really look at how they treat other people? Look at how they treat themselves. Are they down on themselves all the time, cussing themselves out? Are they trying to be bullies and try and step over other people and act like they're the alpha male? Are you looking up to these type of people? Are you listening to these people? Are you letting them put their energy into you and influence your life? Don't live through other people. Live through you, because you're going to be the only one that's going to make the right decision for yourself. Nobody else will. They don't have the same brain. They don't have the same mechanism. They don't perceive things in the same way. Their reality isn't the same. Their energy isn't the same. Their order isn't the same. Their astrological signs are not the same. Nothing's the same. We're all connected, but we're not the same. You understand me? That is why I'm from Texas to California, so I can improve myself, so that I can reach out to more people, so that I can get on top of a pedestal, not because I'm better than anyone, but because I chose to climb that mountain, because it was hard. It's a process. It's a struggle. It's always a process, and that's the beauty in it. I love being out here. The air's so cool, the sun beaming. It's a beautiful place. The trees, the plants, the wildlife. It's beautiful out here. It's beautiful. I'm gonna miss Texas. I'm gonna go back and visit, but right now, it's time to lock in. It's time to stop playing games. We ain't playing no games out here. We came out here to make some bread, to accumulate some resources, to build something. And that's what I'm gonna do out here. And that is why I moved from Texas to California. So if you have any comments, if you want to learn a little bit more about Texas or a little bit more about how the California situation is, I'm sure I'll make more videos about it. If you have any questions about life, need any advice, any motivation, any inspiration, ways in which you can be more disciplined, ways in which you can improve your reading so that you retain more and comprehend more information, or what podcast to listen to, any kind of question, no matter what kind of question it is, drop it down below, hit up my social media, and I'll get back to you. With that being said, this is Phoenix Rising. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.